Well, well, well. So, so, Ashok, let's go back to the beginning. You came out of the womb. And what happened next?
I believe I came out screaming and kicking.
Did you?
I think that's what my mom said.
Do you remember your weight? What was your body weight at birth?
I have no idea.
They weighed you.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
I was significantly of weight, yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
Okay.
I came out hungry, by the way, as well.
Yeah, I did too. What is your full name as it appears on your birth certificate?
So it's Ashok Nathan Willmott.
Okay.
Yep. And they all have an interesting meaning or story behind it as well.
So what is, well, let's begin at the end. What does Willmott mean? That's just a run-of-the-mill British name. What the heck?
Yeah, it's super random, and so this is not my normal family name.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually Yesudian, but 3 generations ago.
Say your normal family name again?
Yesudian.
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 Yeah, Willmott is, yeah, we'll go with Willmott. Okay, so go ahead.
So 3 generations ago, my great-grandparents had a baby boy, their firstborn son, my grandfather. And during that time, that's when a bunch of Adventist missionaries from the Pacific Northwest, actually from around here, went to India. And when my family received the good news of the gospel through them, they decided to name their firstborn son after one of the missionaries. And so what should have been John Yesudian became John Willmott. And we've kept that
Willmott
name.
was the name of one of the missionaries.
Yep, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yep.
So what part of India are we talking about here? I've been there, so I just want to get my bearings. Where is this happening?
So this is all in the very south of India. I try to describe it. India is like an upside-down triangle, and we're literally at the tip of the triangle.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. So that's Willmott.
Yep.
And then what about Nathan? That's a Bible name, right?
That is a Bible name, yeah. So my grandfather, John Willmott, he wanted to give me the middle name Nathan after the prophet. If you know of Nathan's story in the Bible, he's the one that confronted David after his great sin of adultery and said, David, you are that man. And it was through the role of Nathan in David's life where David actually was compelled to ask for repentance, seek forgiveness, and ultimately experience restoration and redemption with God.
Okay, and then before we go to your first name, Ashok, who came to the United States? Was that your parents or your grandparents?
Yeah, my parents.
Your parents came to the United States.
They were arranged in a marriage, so it's not a typical marriage, but yeah, they came.
Well, it's typical there.
It is very typical, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So they came here in the mid-'80s.
Right after getting married? Or?
Right after.
They
only knew each other
got
for a
married.
week. Yep.
You get married in an arranged marriage, and you've never met the person pretty much.
That's it.
It's arranged, and then you say, hi, my name's Bob.
Yeah.
And you're married.
Yeah.
And then, so shortly after the wedding, they were married there and moved here?
So it took a while. They met each other, I think, like on a Sunday, and the next Sunday they got married. And my dad had to fly back to the U.S. because he was a U.S. citizen by that point, but my mom wasn't. So it took about 2 or 3 years for her to come over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then right as soon as my mom came over, they had me.
Nice. Yeah.
I think the math checks out.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have one sister. Yep.
Younger, obviously.
Yep, younger.
And what's her name?
Priscilla.
Priscilla, also a Bible name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Ashok,
Yeah.
right? Just so you all remember, it rhymes with Coke and spoke and, right? Just get that in your head. Otherwise, you'll just slaughter it every time you. Okay, so what is Ashok all about? What does that name mean?
Yeah, so it means without sorrow. I think that's kind of interesting, but the reason why I was named that name was because my dad in high school had a pretty life-changing event where he had someone stick up for him, and his name was Ashok. He was not Christian, he was actually Buddhist, but the profound impact that he had on his life compelled my dad to remember him. And so all those years, he said when he had his firstborn son, he would name him after Ashok, his best friend in India.
Wow, it's beautiful. So Ashok means delivered from, or healed from, or freed from sorrow.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And that's appropriate because as we meet Ashok today, you need to know that he has come here to us out of some serious sorrow, some serious pain. 4 years ago, and he's young now, so you can imagine how young. You're 33?
Yeah, 33. Yep.
So 4 years ago, Ashok went through the serious pain and trauma of a divorce after not being married very long. And as anybody can imagine, thinking that through, that's a very difficult experience to go through. Prior to that, Ashok was an accountant. Is that correct?
Believe it or not, I was an auditor.
An auditor.
Of all things.
That is like the most boring job. I can't even imagine like deliberately choosing that.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't either. Right. So okay, so you were an accountant, and that was lame. And then, don't take it personal. My wife's an accountant. Yeah.
I'll pray for her.
Okay. So you're in this accounting job. You get married, and somewhere prior to or after getting married, you feel kind of a call to ministry. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So I do believe like this was God's, forethinking. He brought me to that job, that specific job in Portland, Oregon, to meet an amazing church called Pleasant Valley Church. There's actually a couple of people here named Ray and Penny who have been a significant part of my entire journey. Actually,
hello, Ray and
mind
Penny.
Standing up.
Yeah, please stand. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't stand. They're very uncooperative, but it's all right. They're right over there. Even though I wouldn't stand, you can find them. Okay, so they've been a significant part of your journey, and I had the privilege of having a very lengthy conversation with them recently regarding your journey and your experience, as well as a number of other people. I want you guys to know that that when Ashok was essentially appointed to take my place here at Storyline, that I immediately went into high gear to find out a number of things. Excuse me. First of all, I wanted to know if Ashok was gospel-oriented, because we can't be doing any legalism up in here. We really desperately need the gospel to continue as the narrative of the Storyline experience and narrative. So actually, we've had contact in the past. When was the first time we met? Yesterday, we thought we met at a concert in Portland, but then we discovered we met before that. What was that again?
So Ty actually ended up coming to Pleasant Valley Church back in 2016.
Okay, that's what
roughly,
it was. Yeah. What year?
2016, is that right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Something like that.
So, and you were at the Pleasant Valley Church at that time.
Yeah.
I did a series of meetings there, is what that was. So that's where we met, and then I don't know. Going fast forward from there a little bit, we met at a concert in.
Yep, we met at a Gungor concert in 2019.
That was a weird concert.
That was a weird concert.
Because this is a Christian group. That was a Christian group called Gungor. That's the last name of the man and the woman that are the singer-songwriters. And they were giving a concert because they had been touring, for years doing Christian concerts. And this was a weird concert because as they stood up to give their concert, they explained to everybody that they were now atheists, but that they were going to go ahead and proceed with the concert with some new songs they had written. And it was interesting, wasn't it?
It was.
And Michael Gungor got on the ground, crossed his legs, and got some musical instrument that was they hadn't used it before, and he started banging it, and it was cool.
One thing that stood out about that concert, one of my high school students, we were all sitting in the balcony. He somehow, some way, went down the stairs, weaseled his way all the way to the very front, and he got called out by the Gungors.
Like, what are you doing, coming to the front, or what do you mean?
I think they just loved his energy or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it was It was like, oh, where did Josh go? Oh boy, there's Josh. Oh boy, Josh is getting called out by the Gungers.
Oh, okay. So we met there, and then some friends of mine who were friends of yours sent me a text message and said, hey, would you come and eat Italian food and tiramisu with us at an Italian restaurant? And as soon as they said tiramisu, I said, of course, I will come. I wasn't even hungry, but so I went, and you were with them.
Yep.
And so we got to visit there in that Italian restaurant in Chattanooga, Tennessee, with mutual friends. But let's go back to your name and your experience. So I wanted to find out, if he's coming here and he's going to be a part of this church family, and I wanted to know, is he gospel oriented? And I was happy to find out that you were familiar with my work a little bit and the gospel orientation that I've been teaching, and I sent him a couple of articles. Anybody who wants to read these, you can read them too. Just let me know, I'll send them to you. So one of the articles is the charter article that I wrote for the planting of Storyline. And the article is just called Storyline, An Introduction to Narrative Theology. And it's not long, it's a paper you can read if you would like to, that explains the entire theological orientation that lies at the foundation of planting this church. And you read that, and then a couple other things that I sent you. It was kind of a test. I was like, I wonder if you'll like these articles or not. And he liked them, or he lied, one or the other.
No, I said that they were the most beautiful things I have read.
Yeah.
More beautiful than anything I've read in seminary. No offense to seminary.
Yeah. So and then knowing that you had gone through a divorce, I mean, that's kind of a flag of some kind. I don't know what color it is. And then I thought, I need to figure this out. And so I've talked with you at length, talked with Ray and Penny at length, talked with other individuals that have been a part of that whole journey with you. And I want you guys to know that what I discovered in the process of that kind of investigation into your experience is that the uniform testimony of everybody who has walked with this young man is that he has completely owned his part in the breakdown of the marriage, and manifested profound humility and accountability without self-justification through the process. You should know that there was no infidelity. That was not the cause of the divorce, nor was there any bank robbery, right? Nothing like that. Okay, so but it broke down as and we won't go into the details. And I just want you to know that my experience with Ashok and the testimony of the people that I've interacted with is that this is an individual who has had a profound experience with Jesus. What happened was he decided, as I mentioned a minute ago, that he had, interest in ministry. And then when he went through a divorce, he thought, well, I can't ever do ministry. And then through the healing process, you had an encounter with Jesus in the gospel that was profoundly transformative. And the people around you saw that experience. And without you prompting, because you just thought that dream is dead, these individuals came to you, surrounded you after a period of healing, and they said, we want to encourage you to follow through with your ministry aspirations, and we want to empower you with our affirmation of you to go to seminary. Not sure why they recommended that, but you went to seminary, and then you went to seminary and you just graduated in
May.
In May, yeah. And then we were talking, through some of this, and then you, after seminary, you went off to Australia for a little break because seminary sucks. So you went off to Australia. You had a little break, and here's what happened. Here's the timeline. Ashok landed in Portland, Oregon, last Sabbath, approximately while I was preaching here. Then he made his way this direction on Sunday, got in some digs here that are temporary, just kind of holding up until he can get. Do you have an apartment or something? Or
Yeah, I have a little townhouse and a duplex.
okay, in Eugene?
In
or
Eugene.
In
on
Eugene.
Shawn Street. I
On
believe.
what?
Shawn Street.
On Shawn Street. What's the address so they can come?
I don't know it by heart yet, but I will.
Oh, okay, all right. So, yeah, he's here now, and we're really happy to meet you. We're really happy that your name, Ashok, means delivered, freed, healed of sorrow. And we, I think, really strongly want to be a part of your healing process to guide you along further in your healing from the experience that you've had. And thank you for being a man of integrity, taking responsibility and accountability. It's a beautiful thing. So there are a number of positive things. One is that you dress better than me, so this is nice. This is pretty good. Although I dress better than this sometimes. Tell him, don't I? Do I dress better than this sometimes at least? I do. It's true. It's a fact. Okay, so this is good, but
so
bro,
no three-piece suits.
Well, you can if you want, but I wouldn't encourage that because
I don't think that would fly.
I don't think so. I'm only dressed down this much days because I've been on the road for so long that I ran out of clothes. This is all I have that's clean. But your shoe game is subpar. I just have so we have a gift for you.
That's awesome.
So I've been wearing Vans since I was 12 years old, and
But you're only 18.
yeah, I've been wearing them the whole time. I have them on right now. In fact, we had that prayer for Nicole. Nicole and I have these as matching Vans. She didn't want to, be matching with me, but I bought them for her anyway. So now we match. Some Vans for you. The Bible.
Should I
The
take off my
Bible
shoes?
says. You might as well throw a Bible verse at this. Okay, so the Bible says. Have you guys read this verse? It says it's in the book of Isaiah in the Old Testament. It says, "How beautiful are the feet of those who bring glad tidings." Because the idea of gospel is the idea that if there was a military victory, then a runner would run up to the highest point around the area and shout, "Victory!" or gospel, euangelia, which means victory. We're victorious. And so the word gospel means we're victorious. Jesus is victorious over the powers of darkness. And bro, your feet have to be beautiful. If you're going to preach the gospel, the feet have to be on point, and those shiny shoes are suspect. So just go ahead and see if that fits. If it doesn't fit, we can return them.
That's a perfect fit. How did you know?
Did
you have James text me by any chance?
As far as the size?
Yeah.
No, I'm like Sherlock Holmes, bro. I don't know how I found out. I think I just told Miranda to find out, and she found out. But
I feel like these go with my outfit.
They actually do. They actually do
Thanks,
go with
Ty.
your outfit. They do. I mean, way better than those shiny things. Shiny shoes are suspicious. Yeah, those work, man.
These are awesome.
Yeah.
These are actually
yeah.
way more comfortable as well.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So everybody, this is Ashok Nathan Willmott. And if you struggle with Ashok, you can call him Pastor Willmott.
Actually, please don't. That's my grandfather.
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. This is Pastor Ashok.
Yeah,
Just
that
remember
works.
Coke, spoke, woke, whatever. You're not woke, are you? Okay, so
I'm just Ashok. Can I just go with that? All right.
Ashok. It's easy to remember. God bless, brother.
Love you, man.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you, Storyline.
Also, take your shiny shoes.
Oh, yeah.